Good morning, afternoon, or evening, as the case may be, in your part of the world. For those of you who don't know me, I'm ZenArcher. You know, I've been watching on YouTube, and I noticed that there are quite a few members who have been around for a while that are doing their YouTube story. And I thought that I would chime in and tell you mine. Back in March of 2006, I found YouTube by actually being on MySpace. I had opened up a MySpace account and was looking around looking for friends. And I found a web page that had a video on it where a guy said, "Hi, welcome to my page." And I watched it and I thought, that is really cool that you can do that. And so I wanted to know more about it. So I clicked on it and I ended up at this website called YouTube. It had been around for about a year, and it had quite a few viewers. And I watched and I listened, and it was people just sharing their lives with one another. And it's a broadcast yourself. I could say what I thought would be helpful to others, and I could put it out, and people would watch it. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. So I remember the first person that I subscribed to was Norna, a 23-year-old girl who just shared her life. You know, when she went to get a corn dog, you saw her go and get a corn dog. It wasn't anything produced, there wasn't anything exciting, but you got to be a fly on the wall in the life of, someone online. And through the years, I found that for myself. I'm not somebody who does a produced show. I'm a guy who sits in front of his desk most of the time and just talks about, what my philosophies are, or how I see things. Talk about, being a little less stressed in your life, because that's how I feel. I have a life that I absolutely love. So I found that I could put my life out there, and the really big surprise was that people commented and they wanted to know more, and I met people and friends on through YouTube, and it was just exciting, to just share my everyday stuff, and people liked it. Now, some people came over because of the hat, which I actually found in the middle of a parking lot after a bar fight that I had not been in. But I had run over it twice with my car. But I got to the point where I wore it sometimes, and it seemed like that was a draw. People would come over to see what the shirtless guy sitting there smoking with the cowboy hat on had to say. And then they would dig it, and when they did, they would hit the orange subscribe button, and all of a sudden I noticed my subscriptions going up, For at first only a few, and then they started to build, and then the more I communicated with other people at YouTube, the faster it builded. And then one day somebody said something about their rights being violated because YouTube had taken down a video. So I did a little video that I only expected them to see, explaining to them that their rights weren't violated and that YouTube had the right to do that, and how and why and what the terms of service said. And overnight I had 1,200 subscribers and more people subscribing all day long, and I had 200 emails, and I was like, this is crazy, and I looked, and YouTube had put my video on the front page, so everybody who came in was seeing that video was there, and they were responding to it. And I was trying to make sure that I touched base with everybody that left a comment. I tried to get back to them and leave a message back. And it was just, it took me 3 days just to keep up, just to try to catch up. And I was like, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm talking about my life. I'm giving my perspective on things. And I'm at 1,200 subscribers. There's 1,200 people that want to see what I do. And I went out and I got Skittles, and I counted out 1,200 Skittles, and I laid them on the table and went, oh my God. Oh my God. These are people, there's this many people that are watching my channel on a regular basis. And I was just flabbergasted, and I was hooked. I was completely hooked. So that's what I did. I never produced shows that were intended to be entertaining. I just sat down and gave my opinion about things in my life, and about things that I saw online that I thought maybe my opinion was a little different, or maybe people were taking it a little too serious. And it seemed like other people felt that way too, and other people were saying thank you for pointing that out. I never thought of that. And my channel built and it built and it built. Then a company invited me to be their spokesperson and paid me for a couple of months to do that. And then Stickcam contacted me and said, hey, we'd like to have you over here. We think this is a place for you. And from that, the Zen Live radio show started. And Tara 916 and I did it for, I don't know, a year and a half or better. We did the Zen Live radio show. And people were digging it. We had up to 36,000 people watch in one show. And I was like, oh my God, you know, it's been a hell of a ride here at YouTube. Then I backed off a little bit, and I got to be friends with people that were watching my channel, and then there was a YouTube gathering in Atlanta, Georgia, the South Tube, and many of my friends were going to be there, so I went and I met them in person, and you know, I knew them when I walked in the door. I knew who they were. You know, I gave some of them hugs and shook hands with others and just had a hell of a good time. And became, you know, ended up with real friends from this YouTube thing. And it was awesome. Then with the radio show, we started doing the North Coast Gathering, and we had, you know, people come and visit where I live and spend a weekend together having fun. And it's just, I don't know where it's going to end. I'm still doing the same thing I always did. I don't do produced videos. I just, you know, I'll pick up a whistle and I'll play it, and people go like, hey, I got one of those whistles. This is a song I did, and they share that with me, and it's just awesome, you know? And I was invited, YouTube sent me a letter and invited me to the partner program. When they put it out, I said, I'm not going to get involved until somebody asks me, and they did. So I became a partner, and that's been rewarding, and I don't know where it's going from here. I really don't. I still do the same thing. I turn on my camera from my desk most of the time, and I talk to people about my philosophy for life, about being less stressed, about the news of the day, about what's going on in the community, just about general life stuff. And people continue to hit that orange button because there's something there that they want to see, and they want to see again and again and again, and it's the easiest way for them to do that is to subscribe, so they do. And I can't tell you how thankful I am to YouTube that they made this available for nothing. It costs nothing in order to get involved with this, and the community's still here. It's a little harder to find because YouTube has more commercial stuff now, and it's kind of become the Google video Google. But still, the community's there, and people still send me personal messages, and I reply to them and send them personal messages, and it's just been completely rewarding, and I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, by all means, hit that orange button and become one, and let's see where the next 5 years takes us. I think it's going to be a hell of a ride, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that you're here to share it with me. Till next time, as always, this is Zen, saying you be well.